want to make a quick video showing how to beat the Lich. I feel like I should give a warning up front. There is some Lich slapping in this video, and you're going to get Lich slapped too. There's probably going to get Lich slapped a number of times. So you'll see what that's all about a little later here in the video. To start off, I've talked about this team quite a few times. I ended up going with IGOROK, and then the rest of this core kind of synergy team for energy. So we've got Ekko. I didn't want that guy. Dagrund and Chief NubNub. And those last three, they've kind of got the energy synergy that we'll see working together. IGOROK just provides a lot of power, and his Mass Effect, that polar pounding spell. I sped this video up so it shouldn't take nearly as long. It's going twice as quick. Let's get into this dungeon. Alright, you can see there are 5 parts on this one. You're going to start off with the first 2. You've got a couple of these, just mobs. Just kind of work your way through them. I usually try to preferentially take out anyone that's fire element, just because I don't want them attacking my healer. You don't want to take anyone out, but the healer would be the worst, so I usually take them out before anyone else. And then any other weakness, so that dark that could attack Ekko there, try to take them out quickly as well. But I'm not wasting any of my skills this early before we get any further in. Right, another quick mob takedown. We got Dagrund at half health already, so I give him a little heal. You see he's got 7 turn cooldown on that skill, but since he uses it on himself, the 3 energy goes to himself, and he only has a 4 turn cooldown, so that'll come back around pretty quickly. The heal's pretty minor though. I think I end up using Chief NubNub pretty soon here to get the whole team back into full health. Alright, so here we've got like a mini boss halfway through at the 3rd of 5 levels. Go ahead and pull out the polar pounding. That cold weakness on Fire Guy, and he's almost dead. Try to just finish him off. You're going to be missing a turn anyway. Chief NubNub for the heal, get the team full heal since we're going to have to take some attacks from the team right away. I'll use my stronger attacks up there, and then I just saved a weak attack to finish him off. Ekko just got marked for death. I found out, actually played that one earlier in the game, marked for death won't necessarily kill you. It just means you're going to get hit really hard the next time. While he's marked for death, he'll get attacked and hit for a lot of damage. I had somebody else live through it, and eventually that status actually wore off when I was doing it with a different group. That guy was armored, but Ekko can't take much to begin with. So I just went ahead and took the death, revived him, and kept going. Here, you can also, so you can either try to brute force through it, or Yasmin can heal that status effect, and then you won't take massive damage that way. It's one of the few things that make her more useful here as a later level. But for me, it didn't outweigh the negatives of having someone so squishy on the party. And I'd rather have Chief NubNub for his healing when we actually do get to the Lich here in a minute. So to sacrifice 1 revive potion, that's not so bad. And this is the 2nd epic dungeon that you've come to so far in the game. If you've got to use 1 revive potion here, that's not so bad. Alright, so he's finished off, and we can continue on. There's going to be 1 more mob group before we get to the final boss. These guys actually don't do that much damage, you just gotta watch out for any elemental weakness you've got against them. They're also slow. You can see Chief NubNub going before any of these guys get to go. So the whole group, all this warrior type, they're all slow. Even when they hit him, they're not hitting him for all that much damage. Even with the bonus, so I wasn't too worried about these. Alright, finish them off. And here comes the Lich. He's already cackling at us. Seems a little arrogant. Crawl his way out of there. Gonna summon the undead. Seems like they're already there. Again, I start off polar pounding. Unfortunately, Lich is immune to just about every status. I think it is actually every status. He is weak against lightning, but he's immune to any status effect you could put on him. A really nice thing here you'll see with Ekko is that since he's spirit immune, he's not taking any damage from that. And it slows the whole game down as these effects come from Lich, but they're really not doing a whole lot of damage to us. I go ahead and start healing so we can keep everyone at full health. Realizing that Lich has got a massive damage spell that he could use. He does give you a turn of warning. My main goal here was to just focus on Lich. Not worry about the other two. You can see why here in just a minute. So he uses that skill, it does almost nothing. You can't even see the damage showing up, hardly. Every time it hits Ekko, it's just for nothing. Which is good, because Ekko is by far the squishiest one I've got on the team right here. So keep working Lich down, keep our team at full health. Slow animation on those. They're just remembering they got hit by something. I used Stout Team early. Turns out that was a mistake. Should have held off. We'll see why. But I wanted to use that Energize, and so I had to kind of use everybody's skills first, so I could start that rotation. That ups everyone's crit rate. You see he just took out, he used Sacrifice, so he took out one of those. Now, potentially if you took them both out quickly enough, then he wouldn't be able to do that. He is able to summon the undead again, and so he can just keep doing that cycle. So any damage you use on them, and they've got a fair amount of health, is damage you're not doing on him. It feels like it's a little split. You could go either way. If you had a lot of mass attacked skills, or you got a mass attack and it critted early on those, you could just finish them off. It would probably help out, but I wouldn't spend too much time with single attacks on those guys. So I use any energy rune there on Ekko that speeds up his cooldown, so he should be ready to use his Energize skill again. Now, he's getting ready to use a special skill on us. It's powering up, gathering energy. You know it's coming, you're just waiting for it. And there it is, the Lich Slap. At first I was like, oh, it's not so bad, not so bad. Wait, keep taking more damage. Ekko is almost done, but he does survive. One Lich Slap down. Nice thing is, get that critical heal. We've got everyone at full health again. So we lived through it, not so bad. Almost took out Ekko. Everybody else wasn't too bad off. So I got taking a moment to decide if I wanted to energize again. So we had just used that heal. That's the most important thing that I want to make sure is ready at a moment's notice to keep us at full health. So he sacrifices again, gets that health back up. Now that we've gone through a round of a Lich Slap, there's a little bit more confidence that we can live through that. I do love watching those zeros come up. Next time he tries to Lich Slap us around like that, we're going to be ready. This does feel like a slow battle, but it's not particularly difficult, especially with this team. Keep those skills ready and keep wearing him down. Half the reason it's slow is because those animations take so long. And this team is really an endurance team. It's good at keeping healed, keeping constant damage going, but it's not a particularly high damage team. Oh boy, it's gathering power again. It's hard to wait when you know the Lich Slap is coming. You know it's gonna hurt. It's on its way. And there it comes. But the good news for this one, we knew ahead of time, and I hadn't blown that stout team yet, so we've got stout team in effect, and that's why Ekko's health, he's still got a decent little chunk right there. I mean, the first time he had just a sliver left, so much better survival with stout team going. That's really what you want to do. If you've got another team as well and you've got some kind of defense buff, if you can hold out, wait for him to be gathering power, put it on then, a much better chance of surviving. With this team too. Chief NubNub farmable very early, Ekko farmable right away as well. IGOROK's not really critical to the success of this team. It's nice, since I had him, I put him in here, but you could replace him with anyone else that was high damage and fairly survivable. You'd have effectively the same team. It might take an extra turn to finish Lich off, but it wouldn't make too much of a difference. Dagrund, similarly, you know, I like the synergy, but you wouldn't have to have him for this team. The important thing is to make sure you've got stout team and the voodoo dance ready to go when you need them. So having energized, that really helps out. But the other two members you could probably swap out based on preference. Felt like he was gathering power pretty quickly after the last time he did this, so I didn't have stout team ready, even with energize. And another Lich Slap. But we know we can live through this even. Just just barely. Ekko's just barely alive. But at least we can live through it, and Voodoo Chant will take us back up. To just about full health again. It's going to take an extra turn for Ekko there, but now he's at full health again. So as long as you can live through it, Voodoo Chant will bring you back. Get everybody back to full health pretty quickly. And the Lich, looks like he's getting tired. You can do a sacrifice, it's just prolonging it. He's almost done. Come on, Lich, don't stand up so straight. There you go. He did not appreciate that. And he's gonna summon them again, but he won't have time to heal up again before we finish him off. These slow animations. Just gonna do it. Just giving him the final blow. There we go. IGOROK finishes him off. You can see it was slow, but not particularly hard. The best thing is to keep a defense buff on those weaker players. Ekko almost died. We kept him in there. This is right around the level you'd want to be doing it. 30, 31. You can take him out. So good. That's it. I hope this was helpful. Leave me a comment. Let me know if what you'd like to see in the future.